Hey guys, it's Miss Sonatore. I hope you're all doing well at home. I am very excited to actually finish our Junie B. Jones story today. So we have 2 chapters left, chapter 7 and chapter 8, but they're shorter chapters, so I thought I would just read both. So think about what happened yesterday when we read. Junie B got off the bus, she ended up really liking the farm, and she was in charge during a really funny chapter. So let's dive right in. This is Junie B. Jones has a peep in her pocket. Chapter 7 is called Spike. After lunch, it was time to get the children together again. I clapped my hands really loud some more. Okay, people, the fun is over. Get your buddy and get in line. On account of Farmer Flores wants to talk some more, apparently. Farmer did a teensy frown at me. Then he held my hand, and we walked across the yard to another fence. Inside the fence, there was a building and some chickens. Okay, everyone, said Farmer Flores. This is the last stop on our tour today. He pointed. Who can tell me what that little building right there is called? Lucille jumped up and down real happy. The gift shop, the gift shop. I've been wondering where that was, she said, really delighted. Farmer Flores did a chuckle. Well, that's a good guess, but most farms don't have a gift shop. He looked at the class. I'll give you a hint, he said. My wife and I get eggs for our breakfast every morning from that little house there. Just then, a boy named Roger jumped up and down and all around. I know, he shouted. It's a hen house. Farmer Flores smiled. Right, he said. It's a house where hens lay their eggs. Farmer Flores opened the gate. I tugged on his shirt. He bent down next to me. Is there a rooster in there too? I asked, kind of scared. Just one, he said, but there's lots of chickens. Want to go in and say hello? I shook my head real fast. Then I ran away from the gate speedy quick. Polly, Allen, Puffer, and Jim laughed and pointed. Look at Junie B. Jones, they hollered. Junie B. Jones is afraid of roosters. Farmer Flores made an angry face at those two. Hey, he said. I'm surprised at you boys. There's nothing wrong with someone being cautious about roosters. Just then, some of the other children looked kind of scared too. Why? Asked Lucille. Is the rooster going to peck us? Farmer Flores shook his head. No, he said. That old rooster in there is a pretty calm fella. But that didn't mean Junie B should be laughed at. He smiled a little bit. Why, I've been around farm animals all my life, he said. But every once in a while, I still come across an animal that I don't get along with. Farmer laughed. In fact, we used to have a goat who nipped at me every time I got near him. And for years, I made my wife go in his pen and feed him instead of me. After that, Farmer Flores winked at me. And Miss said I could wait outside the gate. My shoulders relaxed very much. I sat down on the grass outside the fence. Only wait till you hear this. Pretty soon, Farmer leaned over the fence where I was sitting, and he was holding a baby yellow chick. I giggled and giggled at that cute little thing. A chick! A baby chick! Can I hold it, Farmer? Please, 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 I asked. Farmer Flores put the baby chick in my hands. It was fluffy and soft and light as a feather. Ooh, I love it, Farmer. I love this baby chick. After that, I put the chick in the grass and on my lap and in my straw hat. Plus also, I put it in my big wide pocket. I peeped at it in there. I wish I could take you home with me, I said. I wish I could take you home to my house, and then you could live with me and my dog Tickle forever and ever. Would you like that? Huh? Would you? The baby chick did a peep. Peep. Hey, you said yes, I said. I turned around. Did you hear that, Farmer? The baby chick said it would like to come home with me. Farmer shook his head. Oh, I don't know, Junie B, he said. I'm not sure you'd like having Spike grow up at your house. I did a frown at that man. Spike? Who's Spike? I asked. Farmer pointed at the baby chick. Spike, the chick, he said. We named that little guy Spike. I peeked at the chick again. Yeah, only Spike is not actually a good name for a fluffy baby chick, I said. I know, Junie B, he said, but Spike isn't going to be a little baby chick forever, you know. I know, I said, because someday Spike will be a giant chick. Right, Farmer? Right? Farmer Flores shook his head again. Well, not exactly, he said. I looked at him real curious. Well, if Spike won't be a big chick, what's Spike going to be? I asked. Farmer Flores took Spike back from me. He held him in his hands and patted his little soft head. Someday, Junie B, he said, Spike will be a rooster. And that's the end of chapter 7. Now, chapter 8 is the very last chapter of our book, so let's actively listen to chapter 8 called Confusion. I had confusion in my head, because at first, I didn't like roosters at all, only then I liked Spike. Only Spike is going to be a rooster. And so now what am I supposed to do? I didn't talk much after that, because confusion takes a lot of thinking, that's why. Plus, also, I might need counseling, probably. Finally, the children finished seeing the chickens, and they came out through the gate. Then, Farmer Flores held my hand one more time, and he took us to a field with wild flowers in it. He said we could pick wild flowers for our mothers, because that would be like a gift from the gift shop, he said. After all of us had our flowers, Miss took our picture with that nice man. And here is the bestest part of all. Farmer Flores took off his hat, and his head was not a nub. I danced all around that guy, very thrilled. Farmer Flores, your head is not a nub. Your head is not a nub. He wrinkled up his eyebrows. Thank you, he said, kind of quiet. You're welcome, Farmer, I said back, because guess what? Now I don't have to be afraid of roosters anymore. I jumped up and down. Now maybe I can be afraid of goats, just like you, I shouted. After that, Farmer Flores looked at me for a really long time. Then he rolled his eyes way up to the sky. I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. The end. So that is the end of Junie B. Jones Has a Peep in Her Pocket. I want to know your favorite part of the story. So draw a picture or maybe even do a little writing and post in the Facebook page what was your favorite part of this really funny Junie B. story. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, sending you a hug for a different story. Love you guys.